There's always going to be conservatives that are in my comment section talking about how the CBC is biased, which I I I don't understand why they think the CBC is biased, other than the lie that they've been fed, the myth that because they are government funded, they obviously have to be pro-liberal all the time, even though that's not true. But let's talk about the CBC and their bias for a moment. So you think that CBC is biased, even though they're the ones that broke Buttongate. They're the ones that overheard the two Liberal staffers talking about the buttons that they distributed at a Conservative event in order to make the Conservatives look bad. Which, by the way, was something that journalist did not have to actually report on, because they were the only ones that knew about it. So you think that CBC is biased towards Conservatives, and they don't say anything bad about Liberals when they post stuff like this. Again, a story they did not have to go forward with because nobody else knew about it. They were sitting at a bar. They overheard the conversation. They could have just ignored it. But this made the Liberals look bad. But you guys think that they're biased? And then what I find too very funny is that Pierre's always going on about how the CBC is so biased and awful and he needs to defund them. Yet he loves to link to the CBC anytime that it serves his purpose. Like, for example, I just went through his Twitter, and I found him quoting this from the CBC: Pierre Poilievre gets warm reception at Yellowknife rally. That doesn't seem biased. That's very positive for Pierre there. Oh, here's another one. Poilievre, federal conservative rally support from voters ahead of Elmwood and Transcoma by-election. There he is again, quoting the supposed biased CBC. A very, very positive article, I would say, in Pierre's favor. Oh, look, another one that he's quoting. CBC. Poilievre calls on premiers to remove sales tax on new homes under $1 million. And he's using the CBC to show this. Okay, he could be linking to the Toronto Sun, he could be linking to CTV, but no, he's using the CBC to show a positive story about him. And if you want to just not even talk about just the times that he's showing off how positive the CBC talks about him, here's one where he's showing about something bad about Carney that the CBC posted. Here he is using the CBC, not City TV, not the Toronto Sun, not Rebel News, not anybody else, but the CBC. Talking badly about Carney. That's not a biased article. That's very anti-liberal, isn't it? And Pierre's using it. So I find it very interesting that you guys constantly want to say that the CBC is biased. Yet anytime they post something about the Liberals that is in the negative, you guys are posting it. Pierre himself is using the CBC as a source, showing that they post positively about the Conservative Party, that they post negatives against the Liberal Party. And again, that was just me going through his feed, and it was like the first 5 things I came across. I could have posted hundreds of examples of him using the CBC as a positive example for the Conservatives and a negative example of stories against the Liberals. So I am really sick and tired of you guys going on about the CBC being biased when clearly they are not.